GM, everyone. How many GMs have you heard so far? All right, GM. So guys, I'm Harsh, project lead and founder of Push Protocol, previously known as EPNS or Ethereum Push Notification Service. Today we are going to learn about something very interesting, something that we don't really use in Web3 a lot. That's right, Web3 UX. Web3 UX can be done in a lot cooler ways, and that's what we are going to learn about. So let's get started. All right, so why do we care? Well, by the show of hands, can you show when was the first time that you onboarded, that you were onboarded to a Web3 wallet? And did you had any guidance around it? I know I did. Awesome. So yeah, the problem is that Web3 is built by devs. And that's a problem and the solution at the same time. For devs, we don't mind if we need to use a guide or if we want to ask someone to get onboarded to try new technology. But when we are talking about 1 billion users, we need to realize that 1 billion users is not equal to 1 billion devs. Devs, they love to solve a problem. They love to solve a puzzle. They will dig deep and they will have happiness and even feel proud once they figure something out. Users, they just want to make their lives easy by the way of innovation, by way of automation, by making their lives better for most part. And that's what we need to do. We need to look at Web3 UX from a perspective of a user. So yeah, if we are looking at Web3 from a perspective of user, we need to understand what is broken. So one of the story that I have, that I explain to all Web3 devs, is that Web3 is broken on the onboarding step, at the very least. Just think about it. The first time you are handling a Web3 wallet, one action of yours become 10 interactions. It's a personal story, like I love the protocol and I wanted to try Web3 for the first time. What I did was I went to the protocol, found out that I needed to have a Web3 wallet, then need to figure out that what that Web3 wallet is. Figured that out, went to MetaMask, downloaded it. MetaMask told me to write down my seed words. So I had to figure that out, had to make sure that I distribute it to my friends and family, and I thought I'm ready to go. I went back to the protocol, figured out I need something called Ethereum, and I have to have it. So it took me to the route of centralized exchange, fiat on and off ramp, moving it back to my MetaMask wallet, and only then I was able to interact with the protocol. And thankfully, the protocol didn't charge in its native blockchain token. Otherwise, it would have taken me a bit more to learn about Uniswap and then go ahead and do that action. So that's one thing that is broken in Web3. One action is actually 10 interactions, and user is expected to do everything and to know everything at every step. Again, thinking from a user's perspective, that's not really cool. A user doesn't have that much time. They're not into Web3 to develop. They're into Web3 because that will make their lives easier, that will open things for them. But they don't have time. They have family, they have work. They have so many other things to do. And to make sure that we are able to get those Web2 users to Web3, we need to eliminate at least these two things, which is eliminating all the unnecessary interactions and making sure that the user doesn't have to know everything. One other thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that Web3 communicates and communicates a lot. Just think about it. Everything that we do in Web2 happens by app communicating to you as a user. If you are on a social network, the social network will tell you what tweets are performing better. What likes are you getting on your tweet? What replies you are getting on your tweets? Hell, whenever we wake up in the morning, what we do is we take a look at our phone and we see notifications from all the Web2 apps, whether it's important, whether it's important work-related thing like Slack, whether it's Candy Crush telling us our lives are filled, whether it's anything social that is telling us to come back because something is getting popular, or any Amazon delivery, whether Venmo, PayPal payment, anything and everything that we do, anything banking related, anything at all, everything has notifications ingrained. Something as basic as WhatsApp or personal as talking to friends on WhatsApp, we don't do that really on WhatsApp or on Telegram. We do it via notifications or communication. Communication drives re-engagement for Web 2. And that's what Web 3 needs to do in case we want to get 1 billion users. Well, problems aside, the good thing is Web 3 already have the tools to give solutions to all of us right now. The way to do it, we just have to focus on four sectors. First, we need to eliminate the learning curve, which is basically the user experience part of things. Second, we need to remove the user friction for the users. We'll see exactly what I'm talking about in a bit. Third, we need to embrace AI in a lot of cool ways, in a lot of infrastructure ways. And fourth, we need to make sure that Web3 users are getting communicated and are getting re-engaged. How do we do that? Well, just making sure that we are integrating all the tools, all the infras that are available right now that significantly increases the Web3 UX. One other thing, like going back the slide, so UX is basically the user experience. It essentially means what the user experiences when they use your app, and UI is the user interface, which basically means what the user sees, like the tools and the buttons when they go to your app. All right, so how do we eliminate learning curve? Well, just using three things: account abstraction, meta transaction, automation, or a part or segment of it as per your app need will significantly reduce the learning curve for the user. Account abstraction is essentially using smart contract wallets, very simply put, which enables the user to have various different settings. For example, because the smart contract wallets can be programmed, you can have account recovery. You can have permission controls. You even have higher security because externally owned account have seed phrases, while smart contract accounts can be programmed to smart contract accounts don't have seed phrase, and they can be programmed to have a very easy account recovery. Same thing with meta transactions. So what Web2 does right is the fact that the user doesn't have to pay for every interaction and every experience. When we log into Gmail, Gmail doesn't ask us that, hey, if you want to use us, you need to pay something. Gmail kind of defers that out until the user has really used their services, and only then they say that, hey, you are a super user and we want to have you in the ecosystem, but you have to pay. And that is where meta transactions can come in for Web3. I know that Web3 does a lot of cool things. It makes sure that the data is secured and the data is not utilized or sold. But we also need to learn from Web2 apps that do user interaction the right way, which is essentially letting the user try your apps out, try your protocol out, get accustomed to it, and then tell them that if they have or if they find utility in the platform, then they can pay to unlock more features. Find or pick any Web2 app, you will see the same interface again and again. Telegram, Gmail, YouTube Premium, everything, they don't track or they don't charge for basic interactions. They only charge for premium things, which you as a user might do or might benefit you more. And of course, automation. So one thing that Web3 lacked in Web2 did was automating things. Web 2 doesn't require users to be always present to take action. You can take the action, or you can just tell Web 2 to take action whenever or wherever. And that is what Web 3 needs to do as well. For example, limit orders. Centralized exchanges, they have limit orders, making user experience quite easy. But in Web 3, that was not the case because, of course, there was no the user is required to have an active interaction. But automation solves that. And there are a lot of tools available now that does it. And that basically makes sure that the Web 2 interface and the Web 3 UX, they are on the same level, on the same power. All right, some of the examples. So Safe is one of a very cool example of account abstraction. It has already made lives of DAOs a lot easier, including us. Lens is also a very cool example of meta transaction. Instead of asking users to do transactions, they take the load, and because of that, I think Web3 Social is picking up. Fun fact about Push. Push powers notifications for everything Lens, whether you follow, like, or reply. Web3 Social now has a power to communicate to their users via Push. All right, second thing, removing user friction. This is about user interface. So we need to make sure that whenever we are talking about user interface, we have these 3 pointers in mind. Like first, we don't have to wallet wall a dApp. Again, a personal example, this protocol that I liked, I went over there on the website, and what it presented me was that I have to connect a MetaMask wallet to log in. And that is a problem in itself, because when I connect my MetaMask wallet, it tells me that please be careful where you are connecting your wallet to. So I'm required to trust a dApp before experiencing what the dApp does. And that's a very broken experience, because of that, what dApps or protocols have to do, like Lens, like Push, is invest a lot in marketing and branding so that the user knows about us, and then they come on the dApp and then they interact. This can be eliminated just by making sure that there's a guest wallet, and you are not requiring users to interact with your dApp or to connect their wallet until they absolutely have to do. Something very similar to what YouTube does, something very similar to what Lens does as well. Again, focusing on user is the next thing. You need to make sure that the interface is really minimal, and walkthroughs, because while we know terms like epoch and yield farming and WAGMI, not every Web3 user will know. So we need to make sure that we are looking at everything from the perspective of the user. Again, a very cool example is Uniswap. It does all the things. It makes sure that there's no wallet wall, user can interact. Everything is minimal. It doesn't need a walkthrough because, of course, everything is minimal and self-explanatory. And because of that, it's probably one of the reasons why Uniswap is the highest rated protocol on Ethereum and elsewhere. All right, very quickly, we also need to embrace AI. AI does a lot of things for Web2 which we don't realize. YouTube videos, the personalized algorithm, it shows us what we want to see. Spotify music shows us what we want to see. Google search. Whatever you do in Web2, they make sure that the user doesn't have to think about it. The AI does that job. We can do the same thing in Web3 as well. One of the coolest projects I saw at ETH India during the hackathon while I was judging was a simple extension that made sure that whatever contract interaction we were doing, before we can do that, that contract was decompiled and ran through ChatGPT 3. Therefore, the function became human readable. And this is something which is scary even to me when I'm interacting with the protocol for the next airdrop. I don't know what I'm signing, and I don't have time to go and verify everything. But AI can simplify that. AI can also be used to predict patterns. For example, NFTs. If AI can be used in our wallet to look at all the NFTs that I own and then basically look at all the other on-chain data, it can determine what NFTs I might be interested in. So I don't have to go to marketplace and see NFTs. The AI can tell me that. It can also predict it can also predict the NFT price point and when the price will be lower, which means it essentially makes the life of the user 10x easier. Again, some of the cool things with AI or the cool developer things that we can do is GitHub Copilot, making sure that we are using AI for test cases and so on and so forth, making sure that the development cost is cut out. And this is one of the examples which I saw in Eat India. All right. So the last part, and probably the most crucial part in Web3, is that we need to make sure that we are communicating and re-engaging with the Web3 users. If you just think about it, when you are on Twitter, Twitter usernames have a communication layer through which you can chat, through which you send notifications. When you are on WhatsApp, WhatsApp usernames, which are mobile numbers, they have a way by which you can send messages, by which you can notify users. But before push, Web3 didn't have a way to notify the Web3 usernames, which are essentially the wallet addresses, because we use wallet address to interact with every protocol. And that's the problem that was solved by push. We started back in 2020 with notifications because we knew that notifications are the base standard on which Web2 operates, and Web3 needs that. Once you do notifications, you can build real-time communication like video call, WhatsApp, emails, whatever you want. Everything can be built just by making sure that you have a decentralized Web3 notification platform. And just to elaborate on some of the Web3 problems, like DAOs, they are not able to talk because, again, wallet address, Web3 usernames, there was no way for protocol to send anything to them. DeFi, very cool innovation, but loan liquidated, there was no way to notify. NFTs, it got outbid. Again, you were not able to notify. Metaverse, even bigger issue. You have to communicate in a metaverse, but no communication layer for Web3. The way to solve it, well, Push did it in 2020 by creating a decentralized communication layer using which any dApp, any smart contract, any protocol, or any backend can send notifications, communication, chat, video, whatever. It can be on-chain and off-chain. And these communications are tied to wallet address, just like how your account data of Ethereum is tied to the wallet address. It's an open network, which means any crypto dApp or any crypto wallet can integrate it and can start showing notifications and communications, chat, messaging, whatever. It's multi-chain, gasless, and platform agnostic. From then to now, Push has gone to empower 25 million notifications to over 70,000 subscribers, and we have 150 plus integrations, including Uniswap, Lens, DYDX, Coindex, Define, Polygon, and more. We are live on Ethereum, Polygon, and BNB chain, but the vision is big. The vision is de facto Web3 communication de facto Web3 communication protocol. And yeah, now, once we have done notifications, we are very excited to announce the next step in Web3 communication, Push Chat. We have a video for you. I'm going to play that out. Awesome. Hope you guys liked it. So we did a closed chat launch of Push Chat back in DevCon. Excited to announce that from this stage, Push Chat is now open for public, for developers and builders and users alike. You can go to app.push.org or can go to any app or any wallet that supports Push Chat or push notifications and start using it right now. What's more, we are excited to announce Group Chat, which is probably one of the first time a Web3 native chat is going into groups. You can do so much cooler things with it. You can make group chat public, private, make it token gated, NFT gated, transaction gated. You can make your own DAO. You can make your own Bored Ape private groups. You can go crazy with doing anything in Web3 in communication. The SDK is out now. You can go ahead and visit docs.push.org to see the SDK in action. Because I'm a developer, I have to introduce the SDK out. So 2 lines of code to send notification, 4 lines of code to send chat. Chat automatically has native notifications because that's where we started from. And that's what we believe to build the next WhatsApp, to build the next Web3 Discord. You need notification and chat to work together. And that's what we are doing. We also have this habit of announcing where we are right now and where we are going whenever we do an alpha. Happy to announce that Web3 UX is going to become really exciting. We have video chat, privacy chat, incentivized chat, message gating, all coming very, very soon. Chat is, of course, encrypted and secure and P2P. Privacy chat is basically using alias addresses to chat to each other. That's about it. Thank you so much, guys. I can probably take some questions in case you guys have any. Visit our developer docs or go to our Discord link if you want to. Thank you so much. Awesome. All right.
Who's your number one competitor?
Got it. So in chat, I think there's Dialect. That's on Solana. They are doing chat. But again, they're not doing chat with notifications. In notifications, there's no competitor. We started this, and I think we are still the first, one of the first one with the first mover advantage. Any other questions?
I'm hoping I don't ask something that I've missed earlier in your presentation, but how do you handle privacy?
Got it. It's a very cool way to handle it. Let me see if I can answer it in ELI 5 way. So there are 2 ways by which the chat is encrypted. The first thing that we do, because we want this to be entire Web3, the vision is really, really big. So what we do is we don't encrypt your messages by wallet. We generate a PGP key, and that PGP key is used to encrypt all those messages out. Now, once we have this PGP key, what we do is, or what the front end does is, it encrypts the PGP key using various methods, various encryption methods. And then this encrypted PGP key is stored on push nodes, which are basically validator and indexer nodes. So what it does is, it makes the encryption really accessible for any crypto wallet to come, but the decryption can only happen for a wallet address or for a crypto wallet when they have their private key right on the crypto wallet interface. That's how basically the decryption and encryption happens. And this is why you have 4 set of command to send chat. You basically get encrypted PGP key, then you decrypt it locally, and then once you have that PGP key, you use that to send chat messages, video call, and more.
Thank you very much. How do you think about spam?
Got it. That's a really awesome question. So the way we decided for notifications was that while protocol will be able to send notification to every wallet, wallet themselves, they have to come and opt into these notifications. So it's a gasless opt-in using EIP 712, which essentially signals to the nodes that this wallet has opted in, and only then and then notifications are triggered. For chat, is the same flow, but a bit different. So if you want to chat to me as a wallet to wallet, you can send me a chat request, and this will not come as notifications, but it will land in my chat request box, kind of like Twitter. But only when I see your chat request and accept it out, will the notifications be enabled. Therefore, making sure that the spam is not there.
Cool. Thanks.
Awesome. All right. I think that's about it. Thank you, guys. Oh. And also, guys, almost forgot. So we have swags in case any one of you want to get this push hoodie or shirt. Just come find us. We are wearing bright pink, and get your swags in case you want. Thank you so much.